I don't think people realize when you come to a set of a TV show, like I saw this on TV, and you come here and it's small.
Like flip around slowly and show people what's on the other side. That's the fourth wall, right? Is that what it's called? Yeah, you know, I'm learning these things.
Well, sometimes they break that and sometimes they don't. I know that much.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Beyond the Fourth Wall. Today's episode is a topic you've probably heard about. Maybe you're tired of hearing about it, or maybe you haven't really heard about it. Maybe some of these things you're unaware of. Well, that's what I'm here for. Today's episode, 5 pagan holiday origins that we still celebrate today. Number 1, Valentine's Day. This holiday was originally fueled by fires, passion, violence, animal sacrifice. The original name, I don't even know if I'm saying it right, is called Lupercalia. It started as a time where animal sacrifice was being done all over the place, and the animal sacrifice was done unto a wolf god, or a wolf demon if you want to, put it that way. During this time, special priests would dip their knives in blood and kill animals. Then they would take the animal's skin off and then hit women in the face with it, with the animal skin, who wanted to get pregnant so that they could be more fertile. Say it one more again for the people in the back. So they would slap women with animal skin so that they'd be more fertile. Number 2, Christmas. Yes, Christmas, you heard that right. We all know, or should know, that the Bible doesn't actually let us know the exact date of Christ's birth. Although scholars believe there's no way it could have been December. I mean, everyone universally, I feel like everyone agrees on that. It probably wasn't actually even in December at all. The actual date, December 25th, belonged to a demon that was celebrated by Romans' false god named Mithra. To no surprise, the Roman Catholics adopted the date as their own holiday. Santa Claus was actually a demon, if you didn't know that. The demon was called Krampus. And what Krampus would do is he would keep a bag with him, and he would snatch children away from their parents if the children were being naughty. Hence, the song, Santa Claus is coming to town.
Who's making a list and checking it twice? Gonna find out who's naughty and
If you're naughty or nice, Krampus. La da 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 da. It's really about Krampus. Anyways, they replaced the demon with a fat white man who, instead of snatching children, gave them gifts from his sack. But we all know we're not supposed to be taking gifts and candy from strangers. The whole celebration of the 25th was actually the end of a few days worth of celebration that included more of a purge movie style kind of celebration. I don't want to go too much into detail because I'm going to do a whole thing about Christmas one of these days. But anyways, on Christmas, what would happen is all kind of atrocities. All kind of atrocities would occur. But, I'll get to more of that in a later video. Number 3, Easter. Easter, contrary to popular belief, is far from a Christian origin. In actuality, it's a celebration of worship towards the god of fertility, the false god named Istar, or Ishtar, whatever. There's been a few names over time. And we celebrate it as Christ's resurrection, which is when Christ brought about new life by him defeating death. So it was the perfect cover-up story to keep the old pagan traditions intact to this day. But as you can see, it's the god of fertility, hence the eggs, fertility, eggs, they spread them out, get the eggs fertile. A lot of stuff was based on fertility back in the day is what I think. But anyways, on to the next one. Number 4, Halloween. This one's obvious. This one is really obvious, but I'm gonna go over it anyway. I'm gonna go over a few points. This holiday originated with Celtic festival and celebration. A lot of people know about that, but what a lot of people don't realize is Romans had a similar tradition. In fact, they believed that in order to be at peace, those that have moved on to the afterlife needed to revisit the world of the living every once in a while. One of the practices was to open a portal for the dead to enter through to our world again. Basically, this holiday was when they believed the barriers between worlds became blurred and these spirits would be able to enter in and just move through people and do all kind of whatever. When you see people dressing up, and I was one of them, I loved, that was my favorite holiday when I was a kid. Dressing up like whatever, you're taking on these spirits that are moving. That's why a lot of Christians and religious people feel so strongly about Halloween, because the origins of that one. But then again, honestly, most of our holidays have a demonic and pagan origin. So it's like, yeah. One of my things is, we don't do Halloween, which is an obvious one. I get that. That's probably the worst one. But some of these other origins are also pretty terrible. I'll probably do a top 10 of each holiday on the holiday. Anyways, on to the last one. And some of y'all are gonna check out as soon as I say this. Number 5, birthdays. don't nobody want to give up their birthday, man. It's too fun. But as we know, birthdays nowadays, I mean, it's a day where you get celebrated and people have fun. There's a party. The cool thing though about birthdays is the earliest recorded mention of any kind of a birthday celebration is actually in the Bible. It was Genesis 40 verse 20. It was actually Pharaoh's birthday. The only thing is, according to ancient Egyptian tradition, when a pharaoh was crowned, they received God status, and therefore their birthday or the coronation day became a day to celebrate and worship the pharaoh. So his birthday wasn't actually the day he was born into the earth, but it was the day he was crowned as a god. So when people celebrated him, they were celebrating his godhood. They were worshiping him as an idol. Later in history, Romans started to celebrate birthdays of common men, just regular people. Whoever you are, you can get one too. And one of the things they would do is on the 50th birthday, a man would receive a cake and, you know, have a little celebration or whatever. Early Christians often believed birthdays were simply pagan. In the first few hundred years of the Christian church, people didn't celebrate birthdays since the people who originally celebrated were actually pagan, on top of the fact that a man is born into sinful nature until he gets born again and baptized and receives new nature. So anyways, what do y'all think? Is it okay? I mean, are we at a certain point in civilization where, you know, we kind of understand the origins, we know what we're doing, and what we're really doing is unto God? Should we be able to celebrate birthdays, holidays, etc.? Let me know in the comments. And considering the fact that, you know, we're born into sinful nature until we're born again and receive new nature and become one with God's spirit, should we be able to celebrate that day, the day we become born again, baptized, whatever, as a day of remembrance of what God has done for us? Or should we just cancel all of these out in the first place, considering their origins? Let me know what you guys think.